Lovers! Alright, SmackDown was last night, and we have the final show for WrestleMania. Let's talk about it. We kicked off the show with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, and they hugged it out. They basically apologised for the few things that the indiscretions over the months prior. Shane congratulated Daniel Bryan on becoming clear, and Shane announced as well, because of some legitimate, he said he got a hernia, something else, staph infection, and I thought there was something else he had as well. I think the same thing that Roman Reigns had, I forget. I don't know which one's a legit, which one's a storyline, but basically Shane's cleared for WrestleMania as well. He was hospitalised. And good promo, they hugged it out twice, the crowd loved it. To show that they're on the same page, to show unity. Good start to the show. And it was followed up by a good match. We had Charlotte taking on Natalya, and it was a good match. I've not got any complaints about it. It wasn't mind-blowing, it was a good match. Carmella towards the end attempted to cash in, but it's almost showing that Carmella is getting really desperate because his cashing attempts are failing. She's become obsessed as well. She's become obsessed with needing to bring a referee down as well, because her music will play. She'll stand at the entrance and she'll scream for a ref to come from the back, which is wasting her own time because there's already a ref in the fucking ring. So I don't understand that logic at all. But she runs down to the ring. As she goes to hand the case over to the ref, Charlotte recovers and boots it and it goes out the ring. And at that point, Natalya tries to take advantage, but it doesn't work. In the end, Charlotte ends up tapping out Natalya to the figure eight. Good match. Remind you that Carmella's there. It's like reminding you that we have got this really good match coming, but Carmella could literally ruin it at any moment. Although she's not been able to, because it's also showing that her timing is fucking dreadful. But I don't think anyone before has had so many failed cash-ins in such a short space of time. I'm not a fucking encyclopedia, but to my recent memory, there isn't anybody. But yeah, moving forward, good match. And after the match, we had a quick face-off with Asuka and Charlotte. Short promo, and you saw that Asuka really needs to be doing. It was good. We had next AJ Styles having an interview. Well, it wasn't really an interview, more like a sit-down promo, if you like. And he mentioned about Nakamura telling us that his emotions are a hindrance, and he told us that his emotions is what got him to where he is. He draws his power from his emotions. His emotions give him strength. That's what he fights with. That's what he wins with. So Nakamura was trying to play it as that's his weakness, but AJ telling us it's his strength. And finally, at last, it was a tiny, tiny little thing, but AJ mentions that Nakamura is taking AJ way too lightly, and this isn't the Tokyo Dome. This is WrestleMania or whatever it is that he said. But I heard Tokyo Dome and I was like, thank you. That's all I wanted. Just one little reference and I'm a fucking happy man. So, good promo. We move on to a match. Rusev took on Jinder. And I forget which one it is. Sunil, I believe. Sunil Singh introduced Jinder, but he introduced him in song. And Jinder comes out. It was quite funny. It was quite funny, to be fair. And Jinder comes out, gets down to the ring, and Aiden comes out, and he responds to Sunil's song with another song. And I think, maybe I'm just jumping the gun a little bit because I'm excitable, but maybe they're accepting Rusev as a full babyface now, because up until this point, every time Aiden's been on the mic, he's always took a shot at the town. Rusev, it's a shame Rusev Day is held on this day in this town or whatever, but this time he didn't. His verbal abuse or his vocal abuse was aimed at the Singhs in Jinder. It was really good, really funny. And when he paused to say, when he paused for Rusev Day, the Rusev Day chant was the loudest thing on the show by far. Rusev comes out and we have Bobby Roode on commentary. It was fine. The match itself was pretty good, to be fair. Even though Jinder was involved, it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Rusev got the win, which it's nice to see Rusev win on TV. But historically, the person who wins on TV before the pay-per-view doesn't tend to win at the pay-per-view. So, bittersweet maybe, I don't know. But it ended with Randy Orton giving Rusev an RKO. Out of nowhere, of course, because where else are you going to get one from? Aiden English attempts to beat down on Orton, and as Aiden English gets to the second rope, Rude pushes Aiden into Orton, RKO bang, and that was into that really. Before that up with Nakamura's sit down promo, and he just again pushes the fact that AJ is emotional, and his emotions will cause him to make a mistake. And as soon as that mistake is made, need to face Nakamura's WWE champion. Pretty simple. It was good. Considering Nakamura's had a lot of shit, I suppose, about his poor English promos, it was good, to be honest with you. It was good. It wasn't brilliant, obviously, but it was good. But it's not not so much just something that your missus would say to you. It's not what you say, it's the way you're saying it. But the way Nakamura says it is, and the way his actions are, is communicates as much as the actual words he's saying is. But then backstage we had New Day and the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers, and it was maybe a minute and a half. The Usos said that they were going to win. The New Day said they were going to win, and then in between them, the Bludgeon Brothers come and they sort of separate, and then the Bludgeon Brothers smash the camera with the big fucking mallets, and that was that. We then get treated to an 8-man tag with a fuck ton of participants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And honestly, the match was as good as it's going to get, in all honesty. But there was a nice little spot when everyone got chucked out of the ring in different, chucked over the top rope in different ways. Lobbed over, thrown, clothesline, super kicked, whatever. That was entertaining. It was a good enough match. Didn't drag on too long. But they can't. It's stupid on commentary that they try and push the fact that it's a career, it's a career leapfrog. A career leapfrog? That's not right. A career jumping off point. Whatever. It should start your career basically. And two of the previous winners, Baron Corbin and Mojo, are back in it. So you're really shitting on your own point. You're trying to make when the people the career's done so well since last year, they're back in the same fucking match. Work that out. The other guys that have won it, Cesaro, who's stuck in a tag team. Well, I say stuck, they're doing well, but he's still, and I'll get into that. But he's got a title match at WrestleMania, and they're not even announced who his opponent's partner is going to be yet. And the other winner being Big Show, and that's just I suppose in winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is just sort of like icing on a long career cake, if you like. But moving on, we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came down to the ring through the crowd and had an absolute fucking boost of a promo, ripping on Daniel Bryan and his missus Brie, and taking the piss out of the whole dreams, fight for your dreams shit. It was really good. Those two just fucking killed it. They really did. It makes me wonder. I mean, they have this week. They really emphasised the fact that the stipulation is if they lose, they are leaving. Not WWE, they are leaving SmackDown. They really emphasised that this week. So it makes you think that there's an easy way out of Daniel Bryan getting the win and them just going to Raw. But personally, I would really like to see them stay. But how they'd pull that off is beyond me. But I'm not going to get into the WrestleMania results. But the promos with those two is really good. Bryan and Shane came out, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens scarpered back into the crowd to exit, and Shane McMahon incited the na 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 goodbye chant song, and the whole crowd joined in. So it was a good promo, good segment, and I'm looking forward to the match. I think it's pretty. I suppose Daniel Bryan's team is most likely going to get the win. But yeah, those two were great. And speaking of great, we end with a tag team match because it's SmackDown, of course. And the four guys in this match was AJ Styles and Nakamura taking on Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. And for me, these four, any two of them together in a one-on-one could put on a fucking incredible match. I've got a lot of time for AJ Nakamura. I've got a lot of time for Shelton. I've got a lot of time for Chad Gable. Back when Shelton was a constant in WWE before he left, and when AJ was in TNA, Shelton and AJ would have been easily my pick for a probably never going to happen dream match. And now they're in a tag. Since then, Shelton's gained a bit of size and power, but he's just adapted and changed his game, which But anyway, I've got a lot of time for all four of these guys to put on. It wasn't a spectacular match by any means, but they put on a good match. But the story here was really AJ Styles and Nakamura. Nakamura started the match, and he was in control of Gable, and he went to go and tag AJ. And as a reference to last week, rather than AJ had his hand out ready for a tag, rather than tagging him, Nakamura just pats him on the head. And AJ Styles didn't like that, as you'd imagine he wouldn't. The match progresses on, should I say. Easy for me to say. And it gets to the point where it's coming down. The rest of the match is a normal sort of tag. There's not really anything else that goes on between it. Just a good match. Obviously, it's 4 fucking top level wrestlers, so yeah, it's good. And as it gets towards the end, AJ Styles is getting ready to deliver the phenomenal forearm. So he jumps over the top rope to the apron, and he stands right next to Nakamura. Just to push forward the fact that Nakamura said that he made AJ come out there last week so AJ could just watch Nakamura win, and AJ Styles is like doing the exact same thing back to him. It was really good. It's Gable with the forearm, gets a 1, 2, 3. And one thing I will mention as well, before the match, when Todd Phillips is telling you what's coming next, he mentions something along the lines of AJ Styles and Nakamura always harping up the WrestleMania match. He says from the Tokyo Dome now to the Superdome, so Tokyo Dome was mentioned twice in this show, and I'm very happy about that. Just as a side note. But after the match, Shelton Benjamin gives Nakamura a bit of a beatdown. Nakamura quickly reverses it into his favour. And this time, AJ Styles was walking up the ramp at this point. And this time, Nakamura turned the beating around into him beating on Shelton. AJ's got to the top of the apron. And as Nakamura turns around, AJ Styles goes to deliver a phenomenal forearm. But rather than hitting it, he just lands it and pats Nakamura on the head. And Nakamura is fucking pissed. I don't remember the last time I saw Nakamura he looked legit angry. So it's again playing into the story that Nakamura's supposed to be all cool and calm. Yet in this one instance, AJ Styles has managed to get into Nakamura's head and really piss him off. And AJ Styles, left the ring, got his belt, and it was a good match. Nice story told. So SmackDown this week was really good. Really enjoyed it. And I think they've done a good enough job of harping up WrestleMania. The only thing they've probably not put as much time and effort in as I think they should have is the women's Asuka and Charlotte match. If I'm honest with you, I think that's more the hype around that is more that it's a match that we really want to see, rather than a match that WWE have made us want to see directly, I suppose. There's not much of a personal right. It's just like I suppose it's just the fact of it's the two best that they've got at the minute. It's going 1-on-1. That is the base of the rivalry, really. They've not built to it a great deal, but there's not a great deal you can do when Asuka's promos are so limited. But overall, great show. Look forward to WrestleMania. And yeah. I was going to say something else and I forgot what it was. Sorry, I'm bother saying it because I forgot what it was. Let me know what you think. Are you hot for WrestleMania? Because I am. Leave me a comment. Give me a like. Give me a dislike. One or the other. Or if you can do both, then do both. That'd be nice. And come and subscribe and come and be a jobber. Because the Jobber Club is welcome to all. Goodbye.